CLC run ණය.
හදිස්සියට පරිස්සම්ම ණය. සෙනසුරාදට විවෘතයි.
On the 26th of November, the presence of Omicron, the latest COVID variant of concern, was first announced. In the 25 days that have gone by, information about the new variant is still cloudy. There is speculation that Omicron is far more transmissible than any other COVID variants to have been found to date, with early studies showing that the new variant could also evade natural and vaccine immunity given by the two-dose regime. According to the World Health Organization, 89 countries have confirmed the presence of Omicron so far, and its spreading to other countries is not a matter of if, but when. It also says that Omicron infections in the world are doubling in numbers every 1.5 to 3 days. The WHO is now warning that the substantial growth advantage that Omicron has over the Delta variant means it could soon overtake Delta as the dominant variant. As it was the case with Delta, the sure way to combat Omicron is also vaccination and adherence to health guidelines. Though there are various speculations over the severity of the new variant, global data over the past 3 weeks have shown that there hadn't been any severe cases of Omicron in that time. But the WHO is cautioning the world not to let the number of infections to get out of hand, as overwhelmed health systems will have major repercussions even if Omicron's severity is on the low side. The relatively mild symptoms of Omicron is also explained by global vaccination efforts and the natural immunity the global populace may have developed as a result of enduring multiple waves of COVID. But the new variant is still capable of causing death. 12 people have so far succumbed to Omicron, all of them in the UK. A booster dose is expected to keep the eventuality of death at bay to a great extent and is the global recommendation. In Sri Lanka, 2,505,477 booster doses have been administered in the island so far, with the daily number of boosters given rising sharply over the past week. But health experts have observed a lack of enthusiasm for the booster among a particular age group.
We have seen very few numbers turning up to get this vaccine. We have seen that only 25% so far of the population over 60 have turned up for the vaccine. So why is it? It's because there is a fear among the elderly about the vaccine. There's a fear about the quality of the vaccine. There's a fear about side effects of the vaccine. But very rarely we see side effects of the vaccine. Why do we ask the elderly population to get the vaccine? Because we know that the elderly tend to have multiple diseases. Some people do have multiple diseases, and then they are more vulnerable to the COVID virus. Therefore, it is very important for this population to get the vaccine. And also, they have hypertension, diabetes, and other diseases. So when they have these diseases, it is better that they get more protection with the booster vaccine.
The vaccination, however, is not as straightforward, as in some cases, it has become an issue concerning an individual's rights. For the moment, vaccination isn't mandatory, and the debate rages on whether unvaccinated people can jeopardize the health of others by exercising their own rights. Can the will of a few outweigh the safety of many? The Ministry of Health, however, said that the health of the masses cannot be put at the risk of the minority of unvaccinated people. They have decided to keep unvaccinated people away from public places by making it mandatory for people to carry their vaccine cards with them when entering such places. Today, the Health Ministry gave an update on the matter.
Ministry of Health is in the process of developing the relevant procedures related to this, and it will take time, and there are so many practical and logistics problems that need to be addressed, and after addressing those issues only this can be fully implemented. However, I would like to emphasize that those who are not vaccinated are at risk of getting the disease and at risk of getting complications. So therefore, they should protect themselves by refraining from going into public places where the risk of disease contracting is high. Therefore, they should, if wherever possible, they should refrain from going into public place. Most important thing is there cannot be people who have not got the vaccination, because the vaccine is safe, vaccine is available, and there are no complications, and therefore what is important is everyone should get the vaccine, and without waiting for rules and regulations. If we can act in a responsible manner, we will be able to prevent any adverse outcomes.
According to the Ministry of Health, 63% of the island's total population has been fully immunized so far with 2 doses. China-manufactured Sinopharm is the most widely used jab in the island in the fight against COVID. By last evening, 22,939,890 doses of it had been administered. The World Health Organization's recommendation is that an mRNA vaccine be used as a booster, which Sinopharm isn't. Sri Lanka is using Pfizer in the booster rollout, But China hasn't given up in coming with their own booster dose. But they have suffered an early setback. Chinese researchers say that a COVID-19 booster shot produced by Sinopharm had significantly lower neutralizing activity against the Omicron variant. However, the researchers caution that this doesn't reflect how this could prevent people from the disease, as neutralization is just one part of the immunity.